Hello Libra, Sun Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Libra, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Libra, let's get started. All right, how does Libra currently view this relationship? All right, so let's see what we got, Libra. All right, Libra. All right, so we do have the King of Pentacles. We do have the Three of Wands. We also have the Two of Wands to the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Five of Swords. All right, let's talk, Libra. So it looks like you've been waiting. It looks like you've been waiting on someone in particular to show up in your life. Now, this someone in particular that you've been waiting to essentially show up in your life for quite some time now is someone that you actually don't have history with. So this to me kind of feels more so like an energy of you waiting for like Mr. or Mrs. Right to essentially show up in your life is basically what I'm getting. Now, as time goes by, you know, you start to find yourself essentially feeling like maybe love is just not in the cards for me. Maybe I'm never going to find Mr. Right. Maybe I'm never going to find Mrs. Right. I am definitely getting that strongly. But this doesn't feel like you're waiting on someone in particular that you know to resurface back up here for you or anything like that, because I'm really not getting that. What I am definitely getting primarily is that you're waiting for Mr. or Mrs. Right to essentially show up, and because they have yet to show up, it kind of has you falling into this energy of, I guess it's just never gonna happen. Is basically what I'm getting. I feel like you're losing hope when it comes down to finding the one. I am getting that. All right, let's look at this person, or I guess whoever decides to show up to the right of me. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. Okay, so we do have the King of Pentacles that came out here for this person. And that's basically what you're waiting for, is for a King of Pentacles to essentially show up in your life, regardless of the gender. Let's not get caught up in the gender, because nothing's gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But whoever this person is to the right of me, they do harness King of Pentacles like energy. Currently at the moment, this person is definitely single. They're very, very focused on themselves right now, as well as like their finances, their career, their growth, their expansion, you know, things of that nature. It also appears to me that this person has decided to take a massive, you know, break from love, so that way they can better focus on themselves. I am definitely getting that this person tends to like get easily distracted. I don't know if this person has like ADHD or what the case may be, but I am getting specifically with this one over here, they tend to get easily distracted for whatever reason they do. But yeah, it just kind of looks like they decided to take a massive break from love to just solely focus on themselves. Now, I don't feel like you know them, and I don't feel like this person knows you. It appears to me that you guys haven't met one another just yet. All right, let's see what else we can get here. How does Libra currently feel? Ooh, nice. Okay. Well, that's interesting, because there's going to come a point in time where you will essentially meet this person. I am definitely getting that. It's interesting because when you do meet this person, God, how do I explain what you're going to find yourself doing? When you do meet this person, believe it or not, instead of you embracing this opportunity, which is an opportunity you've been waiting for quite some time now, I actually see you pushing it away with that Five of Wands energy, but it's stemming from a place of fear. So that's kind of telling me that you will meet this individual. When you do meet this individual, initially at first, you know, that spark is going to be there. The chemistry is going to be there. You know, you guys are going to find yourselves resonating with one another very, very well. I am definitely getting that. But I feel like once you start to like develop a lot of emotions for this person, Libra, that's kind of when I see you falling into this energy of feeling like you have to kind of like push this person away, but it's kind of stemming from a place of you wanting to like, you know, protect your heart, I would say, from this particular person. Now, before I continue, let me light my candle because the fan blew it out. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Hopefully it doesn't freaking blow out again. But anyways, yeah, so you will definitely meet this person, but you're going to have a hard time embracing this connection between you and this person. I am definitely getting that, unfortunately, Libra, but it's stemming from a place of fear. You know, the fear of getting your heart broken, the fear of getting betrayed, the fear of, you know, getting deceived, things of that nature. So you will meet Mr./Mrs. Right. I am definitely getting that. You're just going to push them the hell away. When you do meet them is basically what I'm getting. They're also going to be very different from what you're accustomed to dealing with. I'm also getting that, which is something that you're going to really value and appreciate about this person, because they're going to be very different from what you're accustomed to dealing with. But I guess we'll see how this love story plays out between you and this person. All right. How does this person feel? Okay. So we do have the Three of Wands to the Three of Cups. So this relationship between the two of you, it is starting with distance involved. And typically when I get this could imply that you're meeting this person online. It could also imply that when you do meet this person, you might end up discovering that this person lives at a distance from you. I am definitely getting that. So it's one or the other. You might end up meeting them in person, but you're going to find out they live at a distance from you, or you're probably going to end up meeting this person online. If there is distance involved here, I don't necessarily feel like that's going to affect the dynamic between the two of you whatsoever. You know, this that type of person that will do anything to make this dynamic between the two of you work. But if you guys, you know, are meeting one another online, I do see you guys eventually meeting one another in person and just instantly hitting it off with one another. I am definitely getting that. So the fact that this person is showing up in your energy field is kind of making me feel like you're going to end up meeting this person before this year comes to an end. Yeah, before this year comes to an end. Okay. Let's look at that Chariot energy for whatever odd reason. I feel like I have to look at the Chariot. So let's look at the Chariot. Tell me more about the Chariot. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like when this person, you know, does meet you, I think that you guys were, like I said, gonna instantly hit it off with one another. Now, keep in mind that this person harnesses masculine energy. They are showing up as a King of Pentacles. I say this a lot about the kings in tarot, with the exception of the King of Swords, okay? When it comes down to the King of Wands, King of Cups, you know, King of Pentacles, these are masculine energies that are able to identify right away if the person that's sitting across from them is a person that they want to spend the rest of their life with or not. They're just able to tell, like, right away. I don't know what it is about these masculine energies that they're able to just tell right away, you know what I mean? Because with feminine energies, it takes a while, from what I've noticed, for that feminine energy to be able to, like, identify if that person that's sitting across the table from them is the one for them or not. Masculine energies, with the exception of the King of Swords, they just know right away, you know what I mean, if that person that's sitting across the table from them is honestly the one for them or not. Now, when it comes onto this masculine energy, I do see this person recognizing right away that you are the person, you know what I mean, that they want to build with. You are the person that they can see themselves getting married to, especially with the Hierophant coming out here. The Hierophant basically speaks of marriage. So when this person does, you know, find themselves essentially feeling like, all right, boom, I finally found the one for me. Let's get this ball rolling here. You might perceive that as them trying to essentially rush things with you. But this is somebody who's not going to waste their time when it comes on to you. Like, once this person knows, all right, boom, this is the one for me, they're not going to, you know, sit around and waste time. They're going to want to get this ball rolling here between the two of you. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into this energy. When it comes to when it comes down to them building and establishing the life that they want with you, it's not going to be a walk in the park like they think it's going to be. It's just not, and I'm just going to be honest. I feel like this person's going to face a lot of challenges when it comes down to building and establishing the life that they essentially want with you. I'm going to be honest, okay? This is going to be far from like a walk in the park for this person, okay? Unfortunately for them, and I feel like it has a lot to do with this Five of Wands, Nine of Swords energy that you're kind of harnessing here. You're going to find yourself pushing this person away, not because you know, you just don't see a future with them, or because you don't like them. You're pushing this person away because you're afraid. That's just kind of what it all boils down to. You're afraid of getting your heart broken. You're afraid of getting betrayed. You're afraid of getting deceived, things of that nature. Okay. What actions? Okay. So here's the thing. You ended up getting the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So these are two things that I actually see you struggling with throughout the course of your involvement with this person. With the Ace of Swords coming out here, that's kind of telling me that you're going to really struggle with trusting them and their intentions towards you. So those are one of the things that I do see you struggling with. With the Ace of Cups coming out here, you're going to have a very difficult time allowing yourself to go there emotionally speaking with this person. You're also going to have a very difficult time allowing yourself to fall into a very vulnerable state within your relationship with this person. So those are basically the things that I see you basically struggling with throughout the course of your involvement with this person. I am definitely getting that. Now, here's what I will say. You're not going to find yourself feeling this way forever with this person. You're not going to find yourself feeling like they're out to get you forever. You're not going to find yourself feeling like it's not safe for you to go there with this person emotionally speaking. You're not going to find yourself feeling this way forever. The things that you're struggling with, or the things that you will be struggling with, I'm sorry, throughout the course of your involvement with this person, are things that I do see you facing and overcoming. So well, not if, because that's what you're going to go through. My apologies. When it comes down to being vulnerable with this person, it's going to be a struggle for you at first. You're going to put up the only motherfucking fight. It is what it is. Will you eventually lower your guard down with this person and just give in? Yes. In the beginning, you might find yourself feeling like they're out to get you and they don't have your best interests at heart. Are these things that you're going to essentially overcome throughout the course of your involvement with this person? Yeah, absolutely. You will eventually find yourself feeling safe to go there with this person, emotionally speaking. You'll eventually find yourself feeling, safe to feel vulnerable with this person. You'll eventually find yourself feeling like they're not out to get you. You know what I mean? You'll eventually get there. Eventually. It's just going to take some time. Okay? And I do see them helping you out with whatever it is that you're struggling with on your end. Whether that's you having like a massive fear of being vulnerable with them or whatever have you. Like, I do see them helping you. I do see them helping you. All right, what actions will this person take towards Libra or moving forward? Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. How do I say this? I'm not saying all this to make you feel bad or anything like that. I'm not saying all this to make you feel bad, but the fact that your person goes from a King of Pentacles to a Nine of Wands is not necessarily a good sign. So that's kind of telling me that this fear that you have of being vulnerable with this person is going to take a massive toll on them. These, trust issues that you may find yourself having within your relationship with this person is definitely going to essentially affect them. It might cause them to develop anxiety. It might cause them to, develop like paranoia, things of that nature. Let me look at the Nine of Wands. Yeah. It's going to cause them to develop fear. I'm also getting that as well. You're going to get easily triggered. I'm also getting that too, that you're going to get easily triggered to the point where they're going to develop this fear of essentially losing you. With the Ace of Swords to the Sun coming out here, shit. Here's the thing. I think that, and I'm not saying this to make you feel bad or anything like that, or like, make it seem like, oh, look, Libra, look at what you're putting this person through. I'm not saying all of that. I mean, this is a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman that we're talking about here. I think that they're going to be able to notice how this dynamic between the two of you is affecting them in a very negative way, but they're making the conscious choice to continue to stay by your side no matter how bad this dynamic between the two of you is affecting them, because they know that you're the one for them. Okay, so just let me throw that out there first, okay? With the Ace of Swords, the Sun coming out here, how do I explain this? I feel like this person is going to find themselves essentially feeling like all of this is extremely unfair when it comes down to everything that they're going through throughout the course of their involvement with you, especially when, you know, this is somebody who clearly means well. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to find this to be extremely unfair. Now, even though they're going to find this to be extremely unfair, they're still going to stick by your side no matter what. As far as them overcoming this anxiety and this fear and this paranoia and PTSD, I think that that's going to take some time, to be completely honest. But it's something that this person will eventually move past and overcome. I just kind of feel like that's going to essentially happen when you learn to be vulnerable with this person, allow yourself to go there with them, emotionally speaking, as well as trust them. Until that day comes, they're going to forever find themselves feeling paranoid, scared, anxiety ridden, things of that nature, um, is basically what I'm getting. And it is in result to, you know, your past traumas, trust issues, fear of intimacy, things of that nature. Is basically what I'm getting. I mean, this relationship between the two of you, it is going to do a number on them, just like it's going to do a number on you. You guys are going to be equally affected, but just in different ways. Like, you're probably not going to develop PTSD or paranoia, but you might find yourself experiencing like anxiety and things like that, and fear. So you guys are going to both be equally affected in a very negative way. It's just you guys are going to find yourself going through two very different things, I guess, is like the best way that I could describe what it is that I'm seeing here. But again, I think that the reason why they're choosing, you know, to put up with, like, you know, all that essentially comes with you is because, for one, you know, they look at you like you're the one, like they're the one that they want to essentially get married to. And it has a lot to do with the emotional attachment that this person has to you. So yeah, they're going to put themselves in a predicament to essentially go through a whole lot throughout the course of their involvement with you, but in their head it's all worth it. You know what I mean? Because if in the end they're able to essentially gain your trust and have this happily ever after with you, in their head it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So then there's that. All right, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully your reading helped, hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.